Buenos dias. Good day unto y'all. Good morning. Buenos dias. I hope something good's happening to you. This is HODAIYAH with HODAIYAH'S Hacienda, and we are heading out to the La Vacas Refuge, or Chihuile. I am just showing you I'm heading out bright and early because it's about 20 degrees and it's frozen. And as you can see, this job comes with some hazards. So here's the tire track, and then that's where it's starting to crack off. And then over here, you barely make it here too. And there's a bunch of places like this that are washed out. And anyway, I'm just showing you this, but come with me. Let's feed the cows today, all right? Oh, thank God, His almighty hand is with me. Thank you, God, for your holy angels to help me and all those who you will and want to. And thank you in the name above all names, Yahshua HaMashiach, Yeshua, Jesucristo, Jesus Christ. Amen. Let's keep going. I'm just showing you a little part of this because it takes a lot for me to upload these videos online because I don't have internet service, and the internet service or the cell phone service is not that good here in the country where I'm at. But anyway, that's why I'm doing my best to get these videos out to you. Sometimes it takes a couple days to upload, but you're worth it. And welcome all my new friends and family. I hope something awe-inspiringly, excellently, wondrously good happens to you today and every day of this year, because God knows we need something good to happen to us, and we need God's goodness. All right, I'll continue playing in a little bit. I'm just gonna pause it. I'm just showing you the road conditions. So that's why I come out early, because if you come out and this is clay and it's all melted, it turns into a mud hole and you will spin. In four-wheel drive, you'll not go anywhere. All right, I'm just showing you why I come out early. This, I mean, you'll still need four-wheel drive. You can almost risk getting stuck too, but that's why you want to come out early. And if you can, you want to find ways around. Sometimes going the path less traveled is actually a better road. All right, instead of going the broad way, you want to go the straight and narrow way. And as you can see here, all the trees are dying. Last year we did have more moisture than the other year. We had about 28 to 32 rains last year, and then the year before we had 22, the year before 3, and then the years before they had 0 before I moved back to my native home here in the Four Corners. You can see here they've been cutting the firewood, so that's good. Yeah, these trees will make really good firewood, pinon pine, and this will eventually all turn into grassland. When the trees die here, these hills will start to be covered with grass, and so the earth is transforming, but she's also dying too, just like all of us. You know, we're living on our lives, but at the same time our bodies, or the earthly part of us, is dying a little bit too. And that's the good thing. Those of us who have hope in Yeshua, we have hope for a new body, a new heaven, and a new earth. Yeah, so this is the road too. Like I said, there's a lot of places that are washing out here that we got to be careful, and you want to go early when it's frozen, because if it's muddy you'll get stuck out here. But we're almost there. We're headed over here to this mesa here to the south part. That's where the mama cows and them like to hang out in the wintertime. And you can get a little better closer up. That's why it's good that they're cutting all these trees and taking them for firewood, because it helps all the people here and it helps clean the land off, so it helps the earth. Because if we don't clean all these dead trees off, yeah, there's a lot of different roads here, but if we don't clean these dead trees off, then what will happen is a forest fire will get in here and it'll burn it down anyway. So it's good to clean it out. And with all the people going in there and that they're ripping the land up, just like when they used the horses and that for logging in the old days. But what that does is it aerates the land and creates pockets for new seed and new trees and new brush and other herbs to grow. All right, we're gonna head up this way, and I'll go over this way. You don't want to fall down in there. So right now I'm just doing this in 2-wheel drive, but if I have to, I'll put 4-wheel drive in, because my father-in-law, he told me, he said, Raphael, he said, don't use 4-wheel drive unless you absolutely have to. He said, you start out in 2-wheel drive, and then if you get stuck in 2-wheel drive, then use 4-wheel drive. See, we're sliding a little bit to get out. And that's wisdom, so that's what I do. That's practical wisdom. But if you're going into an area where you absolutely know that you're going to need 4-wheel drive, then you want to put it on. So hopefully I can find some place with internet to upload this video, because it's going to be a little longer. Okay, I'm going to pause it because the road gets really bad up in here to go down, and I might need to put it in 4-wheel drive. But like I said, you only do that if you have to. Let me pause it and then we'll head over to the cows. And this is just a little tip for all of you who never been off-roading, or you're just beginning to drive, or you've never been out. Instead of trying to hit, when you come to a place like that and there's a big dip and a mound like that, you never go at that straight. You always go at it at an angle like this. So you see how I'm going like this, and then I'll curve back over here, and you want to do that at an angle, because if you hit these going head on, you can high center, and that's where your pumpkin or your transmission gets stuck on the earth, and your wheels are spinning, they're not touching the earth, and you're just hitting soil. So instead of me going at it like this, you want to turn and go at it like at an angle, at like a 45-degree angle, and then you turn back like that, sort of like a, you know, like an S. And then here, instead of us going over the arroyo, because this can be running water, or the sand, see the sand in here, you can also get stuck in the sand, because if you have narrow tires, you'll just spin down. But if you have wide tires, then you do good on sand. But we're not going to go in the sand. We're going to turn right here. La derecha, that means the right. La izquierda, that's the left. So you get a little Spanish here too. And then this is where we're headed over here. All right. All right, you ready? We're going to cross it. Thank God there's no flowing water, and the sand is frozen, so it makes it easier. So that's a wide arroyo, but we still have to cross another arroyo on this side. See, sometimes there's big old mud holes unexpected, so I try and drive just a little bit up. Instead of driving through that mud hole, you just drive a little bit on the sagebrush, and it'll give you some traction. I mean, that's if you have a ranch truck. Of course, if you have a pretty nice little truck or a pretty nice little vehicle, you don't want to bring it out here. But Beulah, she can handle pretty much anything. All right, so hold on. We're gonna have to really hit it to go through here. Okay, see? And I still have it in 2-wheel drive, but if I would have got stuck there, I'd have to put it in 4-wheel drive. This one, we're gonna go around it because it's so big. Even like I said, if I have to hit a little bit of the sagebrush, you don't want to go in something that looks like a pond like that, especially when the underneath is clay. Otherwise, you may not get out. And there's no cell phone service here, so no one's gonna come help you. You gotta walk your way out. All right, there's a gate up here, and then we got another gate, and then we are at the Chihuile. And that's where our mama cows and our baby cows, that's where we keep them, and that's where they winter, or Las Vacas refuge, the cows refuge. All right. And we're at the first gate. I'm gonna open it, and then we'll head up over here. Okay, so I'm gonna put it 4-wheel drive. Sometimes it'll just get stuck on little icy spots. It's just how life is. But there you go, there's some cow tracks for you. Those could be elk tracks too. Like I said, it's not that it's a lot, it's just see how it's ice. So then the wheels will spin. So then I lock the hubs and we'll put it in 4-wheel drive. Alright, I got it in 4-wheel drive. See, as soon as I got in 4-wheel drive, it just pulls itself right out. It's nothing. So I'm gonna keep it in 4-wheel drive because there's some parts up ahead that are really hairy, to say the least. And see, that's what the trees look like when they're living. They're beautiful, beautiful pinon trees. We are at the gate to the Chihuile. That's our where we keep our cows. It's a private allotment that we use for the winter time. And anyway, I'm just showing you the sun's over here, and then over here is the south of the mesa, and that's why the cows like to hang out here, because when it snows really bad or it gets real cold, the sun hits the rocks over here and warms it up, and then they can go there, or they can go down in the arroyos here for cover if it's really bad, like a blizzard. Okay, let me pause it and then we'll call the cows. So this is what we are. Okay, so this is a better example of a cow track. So those other ones were elk tracks. These are cow tracks. Cow tracks are a lot bigger and fatter and wider. So these are the protein blocks and the mineral salt blocks that we are taking out to feed them. And I'm gonna do the call It's going to be loud, so I'm just giving you a heads up, okay? But this is what you do to call your animals. You have your own call. You don't have to do what I do. You have your own call, and your animals hear your voice and they know your voice. And the strangers they'll flee from, but your voice they'll come to. Here we go. Bo, 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 bo. Ven, 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 ven. Vamos, vamos. Come on, come on. Bo, 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 bo. Ven, 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 ven. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Come on, come on. And then we'll head up to where we put the tubs, and we'll see if the cows are here, they'll come running. One thing, but as we're going, you can see it's frozen, but these are all cow tracks. The good part is you can see that no one's been out here. So you want to check on your animals because you want to make sure, you know, whatever they need, you bless them with. And you also want to check on them to make sure that people haven't been harassing them. Last year, we had people coming out here trying to steal our baby calves when they were born. I found a little heifer. She was a black heifer with a white face, a black baldy. She had a brand new rope tied around her back leg. And I had to let her know that I'm not like the other wicked, evil men that came to hurt her, that I was kind and good and there to help her. And I told her mama I was there to help her, and her mama said yes, and the little calf allowed me to take the rope off of her back leg, because if it's stuck on the back leg it can break it. And these people were trying to kidnap her, but I pray against that. I pray that Jehovah would give his holy angels charge over the cows and calves. And these people, you could see their tire tracks in the mud where they'd been driving around in circles just all over the field trying to go after the cows and calves. They did this in April during a snowstorm, so you never know when the enemies or when someone's going to try and come at you. Anyway, let's go up here. Let's do God's will. And you see him coming. Bo, 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 bo. Ven, 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 ven. Vamos. Vamos, vamos, come on, come on, come on, bo, 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 ven, 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 vamos, vamos, come on, come on. See, they recognize my voice and they come a-running. Like I told you, you can have your animals trained and have them gentle and loving and kind and come to you. You don't have to be mean to them. All right, you can be good and kind to them, and this is what happens. They'll listen to you and obey you, and when you come a-calling, they'll come to you. That's why in the wilderness a lot of the people were able to take care of their animals without fences, because they could call their animals and their animals would come to them. Let's get up to the feeding place and let's feed these mamas. Let's feed these babies. Let me, sorry about that. There we go. I'm just filming this with my little, with the business phone for HODAIYA'S HACIENDA. And in gratitude for all the help we received. See here, here's the cows all coming. But let me get up there and I'll get a better picture for us and get them fed. I can press pause on. The road's bumpy, but I'm just showing you. I asked my sister if the tubs were out here. She said yeah. The reason the tubs are essential is because you can throw the salt and the protein blocks on the ground, but would you want dirt in your food, or would you rather have your food in a tub where you can lick it and eat it and it's not all muddy and dirty? So it's empty. You'll get a tub. Bo, 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 bo. Ven, 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 ven. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go get them a protein block. Buena, mamacitas. Buena, mamas. Buena, vacas. Buena. You're doing excellent. These are our yearlings. This is an older cow, and this is a cow with a late cat. This is the mother, and then that's her baby right there. We call her Raccoon Eyes. So yes, we love all our animals. Come on. And we put about 3 protein blocks per tub. And you see so they can do that, but we put about 4 out here because there's about 40, 44, 45 head out here. So, and you can see they love it. They all do. So this is Angus Hereford. This is a Red Angus or Red Gabeth. This is a Black Baldy. This is an Angus. And you can see from my call, they're all coming. But I can't keep recording because I gotta go to work. This is a Brahma mama. She's half Brahma, half